Hey everybody, this is Maria Clark at Sweet Willow Designs and welcome to my studio. Today we have a fun dollar store craft for you to make a skeleton necklace. This is a really fun necklace and these skeletons are ready for trick-or-treating. I hope you enjoy. Let's get started. The materials we're going to use for this are one of those skeleton garlands from the dollar store, and there's four skeletons. We're also going to use 2 6-inch lengths of chain. I've got some 20 gauge craft wire, and I've got this cute little pumpkin, which is optional. You don't have to use this. This is actually one of those little pumpkin bells. Basic jewelry making tools, and then a couple of jump rings and a clasp. This is actually a toggle clasp. So once I have these off the packaging, I'll go ahead and get them set up so that we can start wiring the pieces together. We're going to use 3 of the 4 skeletons that come on each of the garlands. I'm checking the heads here because sometimes they're a little bit loose. They're detachable. If yours are a little loose, you might want to use some super glue to make sure that they stay on. So I've got this 20 gauge craft wire, and I'm going to take about 4 or 5 inches for each of the wraps that we're going to do. Just using my wire cutters to snip those apart. And now that I've got those cut, I'm going to take the first of the skeletons, and what I want to do is actually cross the legs here, because what I'm doing is making the skeleton curve a little bit so that it'll actually lay like a necklace. So I've gotten the first skeleton, and I'm going to cross his legs as you see there, and I'm going to take the second skeleton and I'm going to wire those 2 together. So I'll take the piece of wire and just get the wrap started. And then I'll add the second skeleton and just keep wrapping that around. I'll use my jewelry pliers. These are just flat nose pliers to help me make the twist so that it's pretty tight and it'll hold together. Sorry, this is a little bit out of frame. I'm going to try to keep it in frame. Now we'll add the third skeleton. Same process, cross the legs so that I'm forming the curve of the necklace. Take the wire so I can secure that, and then I'll add the third skeleton. I had a little blip with the wire here, so I'm going to get another piece of wire and do that over. All right, and we'll wire this third piece on. And it's pretty simple to wire this up. I usually do probably 3 or 4 wraps, and then I'll twist it. And it's really helpful to have the pliers because it's really tough to get that twisted tightly with just your fingers. So here I am using the pliers to help me get a little bit of twist on that wire. I'm going to come back after I get all these pieces wired and clean it up, and we'll see that towards the end. So I've got my 3 pieces on, and now I'm going to form the final crossing of the knees just so I can get the curve. And go ahead and use the craft wire again and just wire that last cross knees together. I'm using this brass wire because it matches pretty well to the skeleton color. If you have some brown wire, you could use that too. And it won't matter if you use silver wire even. It's not going to show up that much. So I'm just twisting it, and I'll use my wire snips to just cut that off. And then I'm going to curve this take that end of the wire and push it in so that it doesn't scratch. And I'll do that with each of the 3 wire wraps. I think there's actually 4 wraps on here total. So just snip those off and then wrap it around so that there's no sharp ends. I'm kind of tucking that under so that it's not poking out. And then I'm just positioning the feet here. You can see how those go under the rib cage. And then here's the last wire piece, and I'm just tightening that up and cleaning it up so that it again, it's not sharp against the skin. Now, one thing you could do is, this comes with some twine. You could use that instead of wire if you wanted, and not actually use the jewelry making pieces here. But I like the way this looks and works because it's a little bit more durable. So I've got a 10 millimeter jump ring, 2 jump rings, and I'm going to open one up and I'm going to put it around the neck of the first skeleton, and I'll add my chain, and this is 6-inch length of chain, and I'll put that around the neck, and then I'll just close up that jump ring. It's a little, you have to work it just a little bit because it's in a little bit awkward position, but you can get that closed. And make sure that it's pretty tightly closed so that that chain doesn't slip off. And you can see how that works. And then we'll take the second jump ring and open it up, and we'll put it around the foot and add the second length of chain and close that jump ring up. Okay, so I've got my 2 lengths of chain on, and now I'm going to add the toggle clasp. This particular chain has the links are actually can be opened. If they couldn't be opened, you'd use a jump ring. And I'll just slip on the one part of the toggle and close that up, and just make sure it's well closed. Finesse that just a little bit so that it stays put. And then I'll add the second piece of the clasp. All right, we're coming into the home stretch here. Close that that piece up, and I'll be able to close up the toggle clasp, and you can see how well that works. And that's the basic piece of the necklace. You can stop here if you like and just wear it like this. I'm going to add a little bit. I'm going to add the little pumpkin as a treat. So these skeletons are going trick-or-treating. I think that's kind of cute. I'm just deciding where I'm going to put that. I don't really think it works in the center, so I'm going to put it off center and put it on the hand of the first skeleton. And I'm taking some of that 20 gauge craft wire, and I'll just cut a length of that off. And since this is a little pumpkin bell, it's got a little tab on the top that I can attach it to. And I'll take the wire and just wrap it around the hand to secure it. I'll just make a few wraps. And position the pumpkin as though he's going out trick-or-treating. Snip off any excess, and then hide and bury those ends so that they're not going to scratch the wearer. Okay. That was simple and fast. I hope you enjoyed this really fun project. I enjoyed having you join me in my studio and working on this project together. Thanks for joining me. Take care. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. I hope you subscribe so that you can see more great content. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Take care.